Welcome to this video about building density maps in Tableau. After watching this video, you should be able to describe what a density map is and how to build one inside of Tableau. The first thing I'm going to do is let's go ahead and grab our zip code. I'm going to place that on detail. Once I do that, notice we are populated with our latitudes and our longitudes. And then I'm going to grab our count. And I'm going to put that onto our tooltip. And so at this point, I have what we would call a proportional symbol map. We don't have a size attached to anything. So we just really have a dot for each one. But what I'm going to do is you'll notice that we kind of have a denser collection of dots. Our zip codes are pretty close to each other here at the kind of the southern tip of Manhattan. We see that they're pretty spread out in other sections. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here onto the marks card, and we're going to change the mark type to a density map here at the bottom. And then notice when we do that, we get some of that darker coloring down here towards the bottom, maybe a little bit more along the edge here of Manhattan, and then everywhere else it's pretty lightly colored blue. So that's just letting us know that our zip codes are a lot denser here. So another way we can, or perhaps draw more attention to this, is if I click on my color button, we can change our color palette here. I really like using this density green. So that way, the darker the green, that's kind of the more sparse locations. And then the yellow here is going to be our more dense locations. So notice as you zoom out and we start to see that there's more collection of those zip codes there, that's where we're really getting that intense yellow. We can go ahead and increase this intensity if we wanted. We have some opacity that we can adjust that as well. For this specific data set and a lot of the data sources that we've been using with our COVID, there's not a ton of, like this might not be the best one to do a density map on. Typically we would do a density map if we had individual locations of perhaps events. If we could collect, or maybe we got latitude and longitude data for, each time we had a new case. What we could do with those is we could plot all of those cases on a map, and then we would use kind of this density to show where those dense spaces are, where we're getting those cases. But at this point, this is our density map. As you can see, it's pretty easy to create, and really it's just a matter of creating your map and then updating your marks card to show that. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and double click on sheet 1, and let's rename this to density map. In summary, you should now be able to describe what a density map is, as well as how to build one inside of Tableau. We hope you've enjoyed this video and that it has been informative and equipped you with the skills necessary for using density maps for your own data visualization purposes.